100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Okay, Coach, well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back. Here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go! 90 Wolf! You ain't doing nothing today. Shift it!
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Barkley. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey! Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Get it ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Barkley. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Now Barkley firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check, check. Now.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
57. Mike 57. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. Look at me. Zipper. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
From the gun, Barkley. And that will be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
That's trash. That's trash. Man, 80. Bravo.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Go, go, go.
On 1st and 10, Barkley. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On the ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Barkley. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On 3rd down, Barkley. And that is incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And this will be taken at the 13. There'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run with Cannon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Yo, lady. 3 down. Check back there.
From the 31, Darnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 25.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Set. 60 outlaw.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Orbit. 52. Ready?
On 1st down, Barkley. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Ravens.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The first throw for the backup, Griffin. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Darnold. It's caught. Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Young lady.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set, 8, read. Picture. 57.
Throwing on 1st down. Barkley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd inches at the Jets' 24-yard line.
Let's get it. Come on,
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Let's go. 18 Gators. Guys, game situation. Let's go. 5.
On first and 10, Barkley. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Yes. Hey, Echo.
Throwing again on second and 10. Barkley. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They'll start on the ground with Cannon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, high 7.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. Complete to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Back to the ground, this time to Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Crunch time, defense.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
You gotta break it. Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Curry.
Darnold from the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on second down. Barkley.
Brandon, perfect defense.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Strong, lady. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Hey, wahoo!
On 1st and 10, Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Trips. Lady.
Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third-quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Get on the point, man, 18 loves to go deep. Put a body on. Put a body on. Key to tight end. Key to tight end. Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Let's go tight end. Let's go right here now. Oh, 80. Mike 99. It's just me and you.
Hey, Haywood.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Get back.
To throw is Darnold. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
We want this. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight end. 3 down.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Looking here for Smith downfield. They've got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the #1 thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go as we saw there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run with Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means You're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
First down,
15 line. 15 line.
Check nine.
Big grip.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st down, Barkley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. This is Edwards, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Mike 57.
General West.
Check 99.
Fine.
From the 22, Barkley flushed out right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Barkley. This one complete to Ingram. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
Off the screen.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Look at me. Door. Go.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
Ready,
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now a run with Edwards into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get it behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Now here's Hill. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This is taken at the 3. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on 1st down. Cannon takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete.
Double tight, guys. Hey, Delta.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Buying time to his left. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Cannon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Cannon, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Double up, double up. He's coming.
Check, crunch. 49, check 49, check 49.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 1st down. Barkley. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Go! 57's the mic. Hey, Charlie!
To throw again. Barkley escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Barkley. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jordan Willis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Yo, lady. Lady. Buzz.
3rd and long, it's Darnold airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Mike, 57. Bandit. Bandit.
On 1st and 10, Barkley. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Hill. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Barkley. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball. They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You got 4.
Hey, Alpha.
57. Got 1.
On 4th down, Barkley being chased out left. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Red 80.
Darnold. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On the carry, it's Cannon. And he's got some space here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
50, plant. Smoke. Go. Big stop, G. Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football.